Okay, full honesty warning before we start. This one might sting a little, but you clicked on this video because some part of you already suspects a few things in your closet or your routine might be quietly aging you, and you wanted the truth instead of another compliment that changes nothing. So, here it is with love. 7 things that read as old lady, whether you meant them to or not, and, more importantly, exactly what to do instead. This isn't about tearing anything down, it's about making sure the woman on the outside finally matches how vibrant you actually feel on the inside. Think of this less like a lecture and more like the one honest friend who actually tells you before you leave the house, not after. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Melanin Care, the space for style, skincare, and self-care built specifically for Black women over 50. Real reasoning, not just rules handed down with no explanation. I want to be clear about something before we start this list. Getting older isn't the problem here. Looking like you stopped updating your look in 1998 is the problem, and there's a real difference between the two. Every single item on this list is fixable in one afternoon, most of them without spending much money at all. Nothing here requires a full wardrobe overhaul or a big budget, just a handful of specific, deliberate swaps. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which habits are quietly working against you and exactly what an easy swap looks like for each one. Let's start with the biggest one. Before we get into it, if you're new here, hit subscribe and tap the bell. This channel exists to give you the real, science-backed why behind every style and skincare choice, and a new one drops every week. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1. Shapeless, oversized clothing that hides your body completely. Somewhere along the way, a lot of us got told that comfort and shape are opposites, that the only way to be comfortable after 50 is to disappear into fabric that has no relationship to your actual body. Here's the truth. An oversized top with zero structure doesn't read as comfortable to anyone looking at you. It reads as though you're hiding, and clothes that hide you tend to age you because they erase the waist, the shoulders, any sense of shape at all, and shape is what makes an outfit look intentional instead of accidental. The fix isn't going tight or uncomfortable, it's finding structure in the right places. A top that's relaxed through the body but still has a defined shoulder. A dress that skims rather than clings but still acknowledges you have a waist. Even a single well-placed belt over something loose can restore the shape your body actually has. A boxy caftan-style top bought 2 sizes up just in case is very often the exact piece doing this, no matter how soft the fabric feels against your skin. The goal is comfort with intention, not comfort as camouflage. Next time you reach for the baggiest option in your closet out of habit, ask yourself honestly, is this comfortable or is this hiding? Those are 2 very different reasons to get dressed, and only one of them is doing you any favors. Number 2. Matching head-to-toe sets in the same muted, safe tone. You know the look, the same beige from your blouse to your slacks to your cardigan, all one shade, nothing to catch the eye anywhere. It feels put together in the mirror at home, but in real light, in a real room, it flattens you into one block of color with no depth and no focal point, and flat reads older than almost anything else on this list. A monochrome look can absolutely work, but only when it's chosen on purpose, not defaulted into because pattern matching felt like too much effort that morning. The fix is intentional contrast, not clashing. Keep your base neutral if that's genuinely your comfort zone, but break it up. A richly colored blouse under a neutral blazer, a statement earring against a solid dress, one unexpected texture like a silk scarf or a structured bag. You don't need 5 colors. You need one deliberate point of contrast that tells the eye where to land first. That single choice is the difference between an outfit that looks like it happened on purpose and one that looks like you got dressed in the dark. Try it this week. Take one all-neutral outfit you already own and add exactly one item in a color you'd normally skip, and notice how different the whole look feels with just that one change. Number 3, wearing pieces that are worn out, faded, or pilled because they're so comfortable long after they stopped looking good. There's a real difference between a piece that's broken in and a piece that's broken down, and the line between them is usually the fabric surface. Pilling, fading, stretched out collars, thinning at the seams. These are visual signals of age, and they read on the garment whether or not they're true about you. The reasoning here is simple. Fabric fibers degrade with every single wash, and once the surface texture changes, no amount of clever styling saves it. That includes the good cardigan you've had since 2015. If the color has genuinely shifted or the cuffs have thinned, it's earned its retirement, no matter how attached you are to it. The fix isn't throwing away everything you love. It's doing an honest closet audit twice a year, holding each piece up to real daylight, not a dim closet light, and asking if you'd be comfortable in it if a stranger took your photo today. If the answer is no, it's time to let it become a loungewear piece instead of an outside-the-house piece. Comfort should never require looking unfinished. The most comfortable version of you and the most put-together version of you can be the exact same outfit. It just can't be the one with the stretched-out collar and the faded shoulders. Number 4, and this one is almost never talked about, wearing the wrong bra or foundational garments underneath everything else. This is where the science actually matters most. Your outerwear can be perfectly chosen, but if what's underneath isn't providing the right structure, the whole silhouette shifts. Necklines gape differently, waistlines sit wrong, and fabric that should skim ends up clinging in places it shouldn't. Most women are wearing a size that changed years ago without ever getting refitted, and that one gap quietly undermines every single outfit built on top of it. The fix is a proper fitting, ideally once a year because your size does genuinely shift with time, and it's not vanity to keep up with it, it's engineering. This one change alone, with nothing else in your closet touched, is often the single fastest visible difference a woman notices in her own reflection. The right foundational piece changes how fabric falls, how a waistline sits, how a neckline behaves before you've even picked what to wear that day. Think of it as the framework the rest of your wardrobe is built on top of. Get that framework right, and pieces you already own will suddenly fit the way they did the very first day you bought them, no alterations required. Number 5. A wardrobe that has quietly become all one temperature. Every piece beige, taupe, or muted with color removed entirely because it felt safer. Color isn't just decoration. Against deep, rich melanin skin specifically, the right saturated tones create genuine contrast and vibrancy that neutral tones simply can't produce, and that contrast is what reads as alive and current. An entirely beige wardrobe on any skin tone tends to wash out rather than elevate because there's nothing left for the eye to connect back to your face. The fix isn't abandoning neutrals entirely, they're still useful as a base layer. It's making sure real color exists somewhere in every outfit, even in a small dose. A jewel-toned scarf, a bold lip, a statement bag in emerald or wine. Think of color the way you'd think of seasoning in cooking. A little goes further than people expect, and none at all leaves something noticeably missing. One deliberate color choice per outfit is often all it takes to shift the whole look from muted to intentional. If your closet is genuinely 90% beige right now, that's not a style preference. That's a habit that formed quietly over time without you deciding it on purpose, and it's one of the easiest ones on this entire list to reverse. Number 6. Jewelry that's either cluttered and mismatched or an afterthought thrown on without any real intention. Both extremes age an outfit. too many pieces competing at once. A busy necklace, clashing earrings, 3 bracelets and 3 different metals reads as chaotic rather than elegant. But skipping jewelry entirely, especially at the neckline, leaves an outfit looking unfinished, like a sentence with no punctuation at the end of it. The fix is choosing one clear focal point and letting everything else quietly support it. If your earrings are the statement, keep the necklace simple or skip it entirely. If it's a bold necklace, let the ears stay quiet. Stick to 1 or 2 metal tones instead of mixing gold, silver, and rose gold in the same look. When in doubt, take the last piece off before you leave the house. Most jewelry mistakes come from one accessory too many, rarely one too few. This single rule, one focal point, quiet supporting pieces, and consistent metal tone, instantly makes any outfit look considered rather than accidental. It costs nothing. It just takes 30 extra seconds in front of the mirror before you walk out the door, asking yourself what the one piece is that everything else should be quietly supporting today. Number 7, and the last one. Shoes chosen for comfort alone every single time, with nothing ever elevated. Comfort in footwear matters genuinely, and no one is telling you to suffer through heels you can't stand in for hours. But when every single pair in rotation is the exact same practical silhouette, flat, wide, no shape, the shoe becomes the one detail that visually anchors an entire outfit to safe rather than stylish, no matter how good everything above the ankle looks. The fix is having at least one elevated pair in the rotation, not for every day, just for the days that call for it. A low block heel, a structured loafer, a boot with a bit of real shape to it. Even rotating in one elevated pair for church, dinners, or photos while keeping the practical ones for everyday errands solves this completely. Comfort technology has changed enormously in the last decade. You can find genuinely supportive shoes that still have a defined, elegant silhouette, and that one upgraded pair, worn even occasionally, changes how the rest of your wardrobe reads to everyone around you. Your feet don't have to suffer for your outfit to look finished. They just need one option in the closet that isn't purely about survival. So there you have it, 7 honest ones. And if you counted 4 or 5 of these as things you're currently doing, take a breath. That's not a failure. That's just information you didn't have laid out this clearly before today. None of this happened because you did anything wrong. Habits just quietly calcify over years if nobody points them out clearly, and now someone has. Every single fix on this list costs little to nothing and takes less than a day to start correcting. That's really the whole point of a video like this, not to make you feel behind, but to hand you a clear, specific starting line. Pick the one that felt the most uncomfortable to hear. That discomfort is usually pointing you toward exactly the change that will make the biggest difference. Start there this week, not with all 7 at once. Small, deliberate changes compound faster than most people expect, and a year from now, the woman looking back at you in the mirror will look like she meant every single choice. If this gave you at least one thing to change this week, hit subscribe. We're building a full library of honest, science-backed style and skincare guidance made specifically for you, and there's a lot more coming. I'll see you in the next one.